What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geek's Top 10, where today's episode, we're going to be counting down your top 10 favorite movies of 2024. But I'm not doing these top 10s alone. Let's give a warm Geek Pit welcome to Geek's good friend of the podcast, the one, the only, Papa Dank. I could bring him on. Technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. Papa Dank. There we go. What's going on, Papa? Whoa. A new platform we're trying to figure out right now. You know what I mean?
Is this what it feels like to be in the Geek Pit?
This is what it feels to be like in the Geek Pit right now. It's like we're about to end 2024 with a bang right now, man. We're doing the top 10 favorite movies of 2024. So, but Geek didn't come empty-handed here, right, Papa Dank?
Yep, we got another guest.
Let's give a Geek Peck welcome to Section 4's own stef. He's the Section 4 champion, right?
What's up?
No longer.
No longer.
No longer the champion. And before we get into that, can I just do a quick shout out on your show, Geek?
Yes, go ahead.
So I want to put a big shout out to Josh Beef, who is the new Section 4 Wrestling Predictions Champion. And he didn't win the fair fight. Geek, you know, you don't always need to pin the champion in the triple threat to become the new champion. And I want my rematch. I want it at Royal Rumble.
You want Royal Rumble. Is Geek going to be involved in this prediction battle?
No, not this time. I'm provoking or revoking or whatever you call it, my rematch clause. I want a one-on-one tribal combat match against the champion, Roast Beef.
Just Beef. Okay, so maybe Geek will get a shot at the championship in the future.
Yeah, but for now, you get to the back of the line.
Back of the line. Papa Dank's no stranger to gold either, right?
That's
Papa
right.
Dank?
I'm the 23-6 YouTube heavyweight champion of the world, just so you know, Steve.
It's a champion show.
It's a champion show, except for Geek's not a champion.
Don't have my belt on me, though. But
Geek's not a champion, but Papa Dank better watch his back. I'm taking that belt.
2025 is your year.
2025 is my year.
That's what he said about 2024.
I actually did say that about 2024.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Let's start it off. Who's starting?
Who's starting? I guess the guest would go first, I guess, right?
All right.
So
Okay.
we'll start
Steph,
left
you
to right.
start.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll happily kick it off. And I'm going for a film that is a part of a franchise, one of my favourite franchises. I was a fan of the originals involving Mel Gibson, and I like the remake with Tom Hardy. And I'm talking about Furiosa and Mad Max trilogy.
Okay.
It comes with a lot of bad points, though. I found it very hard to find 10 films that I like this year, but this just made it in there. But it was one of those films where if I get halfway through and I'm falling asleep, I don't want to watch anymore. So therefore, this will be number 10.
Number 10. All right. Okay. So Furiosa is number 10 for Steph right there. Yeah.
All right. For me, it's Twisters. I really enjoyed that film. It was kind of like a sequel, but not really to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of action, a lot of tornadoes, and I really enjoyed the story.
Yeah. So for me, number 10. Sorry.
Can I just say about Twisters? I did watch that and I forgot to put it on my list. How did Dorothy last all these years? That is incredible.
Dorothy. Oh wow. Yeah, the machine.
The machine. Yeah, I think it was from an alternate universe. I don't think it's from the first.
Yeah,
it's in the Twister multiverse.
Yeah. Well, number 10 for me. I mean, if we were including Netflix shows, I would have really included Carry On. But I guess we could make that as an honorable mention because I just saw that movie. That movie's absolutely amazing. It has Jason Bateman in it. I want to pronounce his name wrong. I think it's Taggart Egerton
I think so.
from The Kingsmen.
Yes.
So great movie, by the way. If you love like Die Hard, it's like one of those types of movies. Carry on Netflix. It's a really good one, but that's not even my top 10. My top, my number 10 was actually Sonic.
Wow.
Yeah, number 10 was Sonic. Jim Carrey gives a performance of a lifetime as Dr. Robotnik in this one. You can't pick anybody else to play Dr. Robotnik in this one. I had to be Jim Carrey, so number 10 has to be Sonic on my list right there.
So, number 9.
Number 9.
It wouldn't be a top 10 list for me without including a bit of wrestling. So I put my boy John Cena in the mix with Ricky Stenicki. One of the funniest films I've seen of the year. I don't usually like John Cena films, but I think this was done really well. It was a unique idea going back to the story of 3 kids that had an imaginary friend, and when they got into their 30s, they realised, oh my God, we've actually got to get this imaginary friend to be here in person, and they chose John Cena, and it was a hilarious performance.
Oh, I have to watch that. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one either yet, so
I've heard of it, but I didn't see it.
I believe it was January, February this year.
Okay. All right. So my number 9 film, which I just saw not too long ago, was a film based on a show that I'm a huge fan of since I was a little kid. I used to watch it, and that's Saturday Night.
that was a great movie. I love that movie. Yeah.
I thought that movie was fantastic, and I love that they had, I didn't even know Milton Berle was filming in the studio. And I don't think if you watched it, Milton Berle in the film, he's a little hung like a horse according to the film.
Is the film based on a true story, or is it?
It's true. Yeah, it's on the right before they started filming the very first episode and what went down.
Oh, so it was right back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was basically 90 minutes before they started filming the episode, and it kind of counts down to the episode.
Justin Finhead was actually in it. Wolfhead or
Yes, the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, the kid from Stranger Things was in it.
Oh,
and the guy from Teen Wolf was in it too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, great movie, by the way. Saturday Night.
Really good movie. All right, Geek, you're next.
My number 9. I don't know if you've seen this movie yet. It's actually on. I think it's on Amazon Prime now. It's called Blink Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's with Channing Tatum, and it's like.
I know what you're talking about.
The movie is wild. You know that?
It's on my list.
It's a wild movie. I can't go into depth what goes on in this movie, but it like bad stuff. Like this billionaire invites these women to his island, and shit just goes down. So I don't want to reveal the movie, but very, very good story. It's directed by Zoe Kravitz. If you have not seen it, I think it's on Amazon Prime, but I'm not 100% yet. But it should be on Netflix hopefully soon though. So that's my number 9, Blink Twice.
Okay, number 8. I only just finished watching this film 3 hours ago. Venom: The Last Dance. I was late to the scene, but I finally got around to watching the film, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Wasn't too keen on the second Venom film, but this one for me got me back into the story once again, and it was starring one of my favourite actors of all time, Tom
Hardy.
Tom Hardy. For me, another outstanding performance in an amazing role. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm also a huge Tom Hardy fan. I loved him as Bane in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
So that was cool for me. My next film was premiered on Netflix, but it's part of one of my all-time favorite films of all time, Beverly Hills Cop 3. I
That count.
think
It's a movie.
Cop 4. I'm sorry, Cop 4. So they went back to like the spirit of the originals and forgot about number 3, which was terrible. But I loved it. I thought it was great.
So for me, my number 8 is this franchise was. I mean, geeks still enjoyed this franchise, but this franchise was pretty much doomed. Ever since I think it was the second or third one, and they just kept making more and more of these movies. But but geeks still had hope. Ever since they came back, and Disney acquired them a couple of years ago, because Disney's kind of like a family-friendly company. Everyone's like, are we going to get a PG-13 version? Are we not? I'm actually talking about the movie Alien Romulus.
Okay.
Yeah, Alien Romulus. I thought they did a fantastic job. Don't want to go into too much spoilers right here, but that could be another episode right there. But I think the scares were great. The story was great. I thought they really revived that franchise with Alien Romulus, and hopefully we could see more in the future.
Yeah, I do like the way they drew it back. They went old school on this, so obviously it was set 25 years after Alien. I like the fact that they kept the simplicity of the story.
What do you think, Papa Dank, about the new Alien?
I'll go into it a little bit later.
What? Oh, okay. So when we talk about it, I gotcha.
All right.
That's all right.
You're next.
All right.
Number 7. So I was a huge fan of the original. I remember watching it when I was very young, and I'm glad they brought it back 30 years later. Although it does come with a lot of criticism, and I'm talking about Beetlejuice. I feel like Michael Keaton has not missed a beat. He's come back into the role. He's revived it. He played it down to a T. It was the old Beetlejuice we remember. But I just don't like the idea of bringing the new members of the family into the story. There was no need for it. I don't think we need to progress the story anymore. Just keep simple.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed I did not put Beetlejuice on my list. You know that? But I can't say his name 2 times because if he might appear behind me. Oh wait, we got Marvel behind me, so that's even better. So yeah, but number 7 for you, Papa Dan.
Number 7 for me was Sonic 3. I just watched it the other day, and like you said, Jim Carrey, man, he stole that movie.
That movie,
but I think one of my favorite new characters is Shadow.
Shadow is amazing.
Yeah, Shadow is amazing. So that was my next one.
But yeah, Jim Carrey. I don't want to reveal too much because I don't know if Steph saw it yet.
Yeah, we don't want to reveal too much to the audience.
Not yet, man.
Not yet. Is it out in the UK yet or not yet?
Yeah, it's out over here. It's number 1 in the box office.
That's good. Yeah, because I know some movies get pushed back in the UK, and then
we tend to get them like a week later.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, so number 7 for you was Sonic, right? I guess that
Sonic, yes.
My number 7 is another horror movie, actually.
Okay.
It's Smile 2.
Okay, I never seen
Smile 2. When you think that sequels won't do as good, you know what I mean? Because there's just so many sequels that don't live up to the original. But Smile 2 is just one of those movies that are just like, I'm looking forward to to Smile 3 right now. Wow, Paramount's got a really good franchise going with Sonic. You got Smile,
Yeah,
they're doing a lot better than Sony is actually right now with their franchises. Because you heard what happened, right, with Sony or no?
Well, they're always getting in trouble.
No. I'm saying Sony. They decided they're not going to continue the Spider-Man franchise spin-offs anymore. They'll do Spider-Man.
I think from what I heard, they're rethinking what they want to do.
Yeah, they're
definitely not going the villain route. So they're either going to create a new Spider-Man or use one of the ones that's out there.
That's what they said, or
That's what I heard. Or sell it to Disney.
the smart move I think is to sell to Disney at this point. But I don't think
But
they're gonna do. I don't think they're gonna do it simply because Spider-Man is an iconic character, and Sony really needs Spider-Man right now. So they're not willing
and
to
as
sell it to
well,
Disney.
I believe Tom Holland signed up for another 3 films
He has.
Yes. Yeah.
with
Spider-Man 4 will
Sony.
be coming
So,
up soon. I think they start
yeah,
filming it next summer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was my number 7. Was Smile 2. So really scary flick right there.
So number 6, I'm going with Joker: Folie à Deux.
Really?
Really, that's the number 6 right
Yeah.
there. That's high on there.
Yeah, and the reason being, I was late to watching this film. A lot of my friends told me, "Do not watch this film; it's absolute trash." So I went into it thinking it was going to be a 1 out of 10. When in fact, I actually found it a 2 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of musical genre films. That's why Wicked's not in my list. But I like what they did. It was an adaptation of the story of Joker, which I get why there's so much hate for the film. Maybe what's her name, Harley Quinn, wasn't portrayed in the correct way and the correct manner. But I didn't mind that. It was something different, and I think there was a outstanding performance by both Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. So yeah, I was quite happy with it. It was something different. They made a bold decision. Some people liked it, some people hated it. IMDb rated it 7.2, so it's not that bad.
I heard first Joker 2. It's better the second time around you watch it. That's what a lot of people have told me. So
I won't be watching it for a second time. Definitely not. It's a one and done.
He's good.
It's on HBO. It's on HBO right now. So
It's on Max.
Yeah.
All right. So my next film is the one and only Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus. Now we got to talk about this now, right?
Now we're going to talk about Alien Romulus from my point of view. I love, like you said, the throwback. I think that was great. How they kept it in tone to the original while also keeping it entertaining as well. And there is a throwback in there to the first film. And you guys know what I mean, with a specific character. But overall, I think the film delivered 100% and rejuvenized the franchise after Prometheus kind of sank it a little bit.
I actually enjoyed Prometheus. I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I didn't not say I didn't enjoy it. I just said it kind of tanked it in the box office.
The box office, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
and that's what it counts in, is in the box office.
that's where it does count, because that's where studios decide: do we make another movie, or do we not make another movie? You know what I mean?
But they definitely picked the right guy, and I think his stance is, I'm not just going to make this sequel just to make it. So I think
it was for Alvarez. Was that?
Freddie Alvarez. So he's thinking about what he wants to do.
And I like the fact that they tried new things with the aliens. They did new things, and they weren't lame. They were perceived quite well.
Right. And Aliens is all in the news nowadays, if you've been watching.
Oh, Netflix have a ton of documentaries on that.
I saw the documentary, and it was like, yeah, it's kind of something I've already believed in most of my life.
And they're all in Roswell for some reason.
It's just coming more out in the open nowadays than it was in the past.
I believe in aliens too. Geek is a firm believer. So
and don't be surprised if one day you look out your window, you see a spacecraft there.
Yeah.
Oh, believe it.
Especially, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think as more people down on Earth are more in tune to it, the more that superior race that's obviously out there will reveal themselves to us and say, "Hey, listen, what are you guys doing?" Exactly, basically.
The truth is out there, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's going? I think
you're next, Geek.
I'm next. Oh wow, I'm next. All right. So my number 6 right now. This movie was great. It's a great remake. A lot of people don't like this movie. I liked Speak No Evil. I thought Speak No Evil. This sixth this one was really good. I thought the story was great. if you have not seen it yet, there are a lot of surprises in this movie that's going to surprise you. But highly recommend on my list is Speak No Evil. That's my number 6 right there. But even though people do not like this movie, so
Good shout. I am familiar with it. I've seen the trailer. It looks great. Yeah, it's still on my list.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, number 5. And once again, when I think of my Mount Rushmore of Hollywood actors, this guy is definitely on it. And I'm talking about Will Smith. And I'm so glad that he once again teamed up with Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Now, over the course of the past 2 weeks, I've watched all 4 films. I have to say, they certainly go down in my estimations, but nevertheless, as always, they're funny films. What more do you want than 2 cops running around, one of them being the married guy, the good guy who wants to retire, and the other one being the off-the-hinge lunatic. We've seen it many times. Lethal Weapon films, Turner and Hooch, Rush Hour. It's the same thing, but they're entertaining.
I was gonna put that on my list as well. To be honest,
It was a fun film.
it was a fun film and I enjoyed it as well. But my next film is. Go ahead.
No, carry on.
Are you sure?
I'm
No,
done.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done. I was just going to say, it's everything it says on the tin. You know what you're going to get from it. 2 great actors, a lot of comedy, a lot of explosions, and a lot of motherfuckers.
All right, my next film is the one and only Beetlejuice. I better not say
You
it.
better not say his name. That creepy guy's going to appear somewhere, man. You know?
Like you said, Michael Jackson. Duh. Michael Keaton did not miss a beat on this one. I thought it was great. I loved it.
And they kept the animation just as it was back in the day.
Yeah.
And who
The
doesn't?
claymation, yeah.
Yeah, and who doesn't love Bob?
Right. Who does?
Bob's an iconic character now. You know that?
Everybody
Bob.
needs a friend like Bob. Yeah.
Everybody needs a friend like Bob.
Yeah.
Love it. Geek, you're next.
All right, my number 5 right now. Wow, we're flying through these right now.
Yeah, Steph's got to get some sleep.
Yeah, it's.
I can go all night long.
What time is it in the UK right now?
We are on 3:45 a.m.
Ooh, and
Ooh.
you were watching SmackDown, right?
Yeah, I've watched that. I mean, I'm probably going to watch a game of basketball in a minute, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
My number 5 right now. It does not. It's not superior to the original, but it's another sequel. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it though. It's not my number 1 on my list, but it is my number 5. I'm talking about Gladiator 2. I thought that movie.
I want to watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
I thought Denzel Washington gave a great performance in Gladiator 2, and I mean, a lot of people, like I said, did not like it. It was not as good as the original, but it's a really still a very good movie, and I highly recommend you go see it. Gladiator 2 is number 5 on my list.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I'm such a bad person. I've not seen the first one.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're giving you some homework.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Yeah. I believe it's in the top 20 greatest films of all time.
Gladiator. I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Number 4. So I'm going to move over to Netflix now, and I'm going to go with one of your previous titles, Papa.
Oh.
I'm going for Beverly Hills Cop Axel F.
Nice.
You pretty much covered it all. It gave me that nostalgia once again, and they rewrote the wrongs of Beverly Hills Cop 3. And for a large part of the film, Eddie Murphy played Eddie Murphy, but every now and again we were reminded of the Axel F character when he would go on those rampages of conversation and completely fly off the rails.
Right.
I loved it. Eddie Murphy, brilliant.
Me too. I loved it too. It's sad that one of the actors passed away of the originals
Yeah,
recently.
yeah. But the fact that they brought the other two cops back, can't remember their names, but
I know.
yeah, that's really going to bug me. But yeah,
That's gonna bother me too. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the original trio.
yeah,
Yeah, and one of them is gone forever, and it was a sad when I heard about that. I was very sad.
yeah,
It just
sure,
brings you
sure.
back like for me, my childhood, my memories, and lots of laughs and a lot of emotions
And
behind
I
it.
have to say, after seeing them 30 years later, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, my next film is a throwback from what Steph said earlier, and I thought it was one of my favorite films of the year, and probably the best one out of the whole franchise was Venom: Last Dance.
Oh man.
I thought I freaking love that film. I was listening to that song that they played at the end for like days.
Yeah.
Like I downloaded it, I've been listening for days. I love that movie. Um, my only gripe with it is, damn, with the symbiotes. Couldn't they come up with something else than a symbiote?
Mm.
But I love that they introduced Null. That was pretty cool, and I love the chemistry that Tom had with the symbiote.
Yeah.
It really like it. The ending was really sad.
Yeah. I mean, and it even makes me more sad. I know we mentioned this earlier. What Sony's doing with their Venom universe and their villain universe,
Yeah.
it just irks me because I think they could have done something great. We could have
Well,
had a Sinister Six or something like that.
you may see Tom in the MCU. You never know.
Right?
You never know. I don't think Tom's done with Venom just yet. I just have a
I
feeling.
don't think he's done either, but I think they're done with this whole like Sinister Six type of deal. Sony,
There's a
right?
lot of rumors going around right now with Spider-Man 4.
Yeah. So
One big criticism I do have with Venom as well. What's with all the bloody British actors in it? So, seriously, if you took the I don't know, the 10 people with the biggest on-screen appearances, 5 of them were British actors.
Right.
Too many. Get rid of them.
All right,
So,
Geek,
yeah.
you're next.
all right, my number four, man. Wow, we're really flying through these. My number four is a movie that Papa Dank hasn't seen, and I suggested it to him. She gives a performance of a lifetime.
Oh,
Debbie Moore, and Margaret Qualley, and Dennis Quaid returns in this movie as well. So
wow.
yeah, so it's I'm talking about the movie called The Substance. That's my number four. Debbie Moore is an old actress. Well, not Debbie Moore, but her character is an old actress, and she's getting older. Bosses are ready to fire her, and she finds this like drug, this black market drug, and to make her younger. But there are some serious consequences throughout the movie. So
Oh, I heard that
yeah,
stuff. Serious
Okay.
consequences.
serious consequences. So if you like The Fly, this is a highly recommended movie. So, but The Substance,
I need to watch that then. I'm a huge fan of The Fly.
The
Me
Substance
too.
is a really, really good movie. And once she takes the substance, you're in for a wild ride.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my number
Number
four on my
3.
list.
Number 3, I'm going for one of my favourite franchises. I'm 40 years old, however, I've been watching these films since 1960 bloody 3. I'm talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
Oh,
Now,
I forgot
okay.
about that one.
I love the Planet of the Apes franchises, but even though I did say last time I was speaking to you, Geek, one of the worst films of all time was Planet of the Apes from 2001.
Hmm.
But I think with the remake, the reboots, as I say, I think they've done a great job, especially with Andy Serkis. Now that is the one thing that was letting this film down. No Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's what you want. A load of apes running around,
Okay.
killing each other. Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Papa.
My number 3 film is probably the greatest team up ever, and that's Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that was one of the the greatest films of the year. And I know it's on my top 3, but it should have been my number 1. But it's okay. It was
Papa
still a
Dan,
great freaking film,
I gotta ask you
and
a
I
question.
loved it.
Did we just become best friends?
I thought we were best friends.
Because that's my number 3 as well.
Is it really?
Number 3 on my list is Deadpool and Wolverine, because you can have a better best friend movie than Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, man, because they're best friends in real life. And Deadpool and Wolverine, they're best friends. So you can have a better best friends movie than that movie right there. So Deadpool and Wolverine has to be my number 3.
Choking over here. Choking with emotion over here.
Yeah.
Number 2, one of the funniest films I've seen of the year, and one of the funniest films I've seen of all time, and another great team up, and an original, Deadpool and Wolverine.
So that's yours too. So yeah, it's number 3 on yours, right?
So yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much covered it all, but I've never laughed so much at a film in a long time, and it takes a lot for me to laugh at a film. This one, I was, as they say, PMSL, pissing myself laughing.
I don't want to say that Deadpool's not a serious character, but he's like, he does make you laugh. He's one of the funniest MCU characters, I would think, you know.
Yeah,
Definitely,
I think he's got to be up there. I think maybe Rocket and Groot are probably up there too.
Yeah, and the fact Ryan Reynolds is so invested in this character, in his day-to-day life, he'll actually go to the football stadium that he owns, Wrexham United, dressed as Deadpool, and he acts like Deadpool all the way through it. And yeah, nobody else could play Deadpool like Deadpool.
like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can, because you don't even need to be a serious to play Deadpool in this one, because he breaks the fourth wall every single time. So
And he made a lot of demands about the character, that he would no longer play the character if he wasn't allowed to do what he wanted to do with the character. And it's a true testament of his acting skills that he can really bring out the best of the character. And the fact that Hugh Jackman's in it as well just makes it 10 times better. These two play so well together.
What were you saying? What were some of your favorite lines from that movie, you'd say?
Now you put me on the spot. The only one I know is bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
I think one of the best scenes is when he takes out the skeleton of the Wolverine that we've all known. He's using it as a weapon.
And he's like, "Oh, Wolverine, he's still dead. Hey, it's gonna get me some bloody Marvel cash."
One thing I've got to say about the Deadpool as a franchise, they've always had incredible fight scenes.
Yes.
The music plays in always really well with the fight scenes in Deadpool, and we get a lot of one-shot scenes, especially the final fight when we had Deadpool and Wolverine facing all the other Deadpools, the other variations. That for me was one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen.
What about all the best cameos in the film?
There were a lot of them.
Oh,
Blade.
Yeah.
Electro.
Now, does that mean things to come?
Maybe. Even
he
Gambit.
did say it. He did say it. Wesley Snipes says, "There's only gonna be one Blade."
Yeah. Even like you said, they introduced Gambit, the long rumored Gambit, and it was a success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it worked out well.
Again, I think Shannon was a great Gambit.
We're in the era of the multiverse now, so I guess anything's possible. We could see these actors return again to play them, but then we could see somebody else taking over Blade from Wesley Snipes. We just don't know.
It's kind of like a conversation me and Steph had earlier in the year. We talked about Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
And why it's a good idea and why it's a bad idea, you know?
Doomsday. And we got Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. I cannot wait for both those movies, you know? I'm super excited for both of them.
Yes. All right, I'm ready for my number 2.
All right. We're moving along now.
My number 2 is probably the movie that's made the most this year. The one and only Wicked.
Wicked. Wow. That's your number 2.
I thought Wicked was fantastic. I loved it. I love everything about Wizard of Oz. Obviously, a lot of us do. And to see this perspective of the story, because I didn't see the musical, so I had no idea what the musical was about.
Wicked's definitely on my
I
list,
enjoyed
though.
it. I mean, this. I know there's a two parts to it, but this film could have been a beginning and an ending for me.
Hmm.
So I'm more excited to see where it goes next.
See, I went to see the musical last year on the West End,
Uh huh.
and I'm also a huge fan of the Wizard of Oz verse. Any adaptation of the franchise, I love. I'm yet to see the film, but I hear it's really good. Jeff Goldblum playing the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't like a bit of the Goldblum?
Yep. And there's a. It's coming out on digital next week.
Ryan Dust is like Wicked.
What do you mean?
You're number 2. I mean,
It was good, Ryan.
that was his number 2. I mean, he's entitled to it, man. You know? What's your number 2 favorite movie of the year, Ryan? You know?
That's
I want to
right.
hear your comments in the chat. Anyone who's who give your top 10s right now. So
That's right.
we'll read them off, you know? So, but
All right, Geek, you're next.
So, my number 2, this movie scared people for 100 years, and it's gonna scare people for 100 more years.
Ooh.
Wait, was it? Let me see.
Don't tell me you got your years wrong.
It was, yeah. So I'm talking. My number 2 was Nosferatu.
Ah, okay.
Nosferatu. I mean, this movie was so scary. I mean, it's so hard to explain. Like, I wouldn't say it was gory, you know, by any means, but the movie was like, just like watching the movie in the dark made you look the other way. It was one. It was one of those. It was one of those movies, and I thought Lily Rose Depp did an amazing performance. Bill Skarsgård, William Dafoe. I'm leaving people out right now, but I think everybody in that movie. The script was great. Everything that they said in the movie meant something. The cinematography was great, like the way they shot everything, like with the snow falling down, the long shots. Yeah, because Geek is such a great fan of film and cinematography. So I absolutely loved Nosferatu, and that's got to be my number 2 on this list. So.
Okay. So, number 1, the big one. It's a film I've been waiting a long time for. It really brings the child out in me. I was a massive fan of the whole franchise, and the first film is still my favourite film to this day. I'm talking about a film that stars Paul Rudd and Bill Murray as Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
Oh yeah, that was this year too, right? That was
for me, I got that nostalgia back once again. We got to see the OG Ghostbusters back at it, but this time, unlike Afterlife, they had a bit more on-screen presence, which I think that's what the film needed to go into the right direction. It wasn't too over the top, I don't think, with the CGI. I think they did a nice little story.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't watch movies. I'm sure Wicked was good. They always.
Who's that, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan, go to a movie. All right, am I ready for my number 1?
Yeah, go ahead, Papa Dink.
Now, Geek touched on this one as his number 2, but my number 1 was Nosferatu. Whatever.
This was so hard because they both were great, you know?
I mean, this movie really delivered for me. It gave me everything I wanted in a vampire film that I didn't know I wanted. Because it's kind of Dracula's story. So if you know the story of the original one, it was their way of getting around Bram Stoker's story. So they changed the name of the count, and they changed certain things in the movie. So it's basically the same premise, but more enhanced for the modern age.
Yeah.
And I thought Lily Rose Depp was amazing. I just can't say enough about
the whole cast. The whole cast.
Yeah, the whole cast was good, but like her acting specifically was like, wow, I didn't know she was that deep of an actress. You know what I'm saying?
I feel guilty for not being the only one that's not seen this film.
Oh, you gotta go to the
It
movie
has to be
theater.
on your list. I don't know if it came out in the UK yet. Did it?
Oh, really? Did it come out in the
I
UK?
don't know. I've not seen it advertised anywhere.
Because I've seen on
Really?
YouTube it said that it's coming out in the UK next year, like New Year's Day or New Year's Eve or
Really?
something.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because a lot of films that y'all have over there, we don't get over here. Whether it's because of box office sales, whether they decide to release them worldwide, but I don't know.
Interesting. All right.
Maybe over here it's straight to a streaming platform.
We'll have to send you the disc when it comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we still have DVD over here.
yeah. Once the prices go down, Ryan, you might be waiting a little while. I don't think they're gonna go down anytime soon. I think they're just gonna go up and up. You know?
They're not going down.
No, right? But yeah, number one on my list was Papa Dank's number two was actually Wicked.
Okay.
Because I love the story of Wicked. I like Nosferatu. I love the cinematography. I think the choreography in Wicked was absolutely amazing. These people couldn't just sing; they had to dance. You know, they had to act, and the script was great. Ariana Grande gave her a performance of a lifetime in this one. So, and not only that, we got Wicked Fever because I don't know if you saw TikTok; it just exploded with Wicked all over the place. You know, so
Yeah, just like the radio stations.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why Wicked has to be my number one because I enjoyed the movie as well. So yeah. But,
And I guess it's the film that, or sorry, the role that Ariana Grande was made for, right?
uh-huh.
This is her down to a T.
This is her role, and Cynthia Embro, I think her name is. I don't want to mess up the name, but you know, she gave she really used her voice in Wicked, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what they do in part two. You know.
Yeah, we're getting a part two as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah, next year in November. Next November.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited.
So yeah,
this year for movies. So what is everybody looking forward to in 2025?
2025.
Whoa.
Besides Wicked 2.
Wicked 2 is gonna crush everything.
I said I haven't seen 2024 yet.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to in 2025 is Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
I think that movie's gonna be like the new Guardians.
Yeah.
I think so.
I really hope so. You know, we need a really good Marvel movie besides Deadpool and Wolverine. You know, they need to just keep the momentum going with Deadpool and Wolverine on that one.
Yeah, I think Captain America is gonna be okay. I don't think it's gonna be like, oh my god.
I really hope. I hope you're wrong on that one. Pablo,
I hope I'm wrong too, because
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to that one.
I can't wait to see Red Hulk.
Me
so
too.
looking forward to that.
I really think. I really think that Fantastic Four: First Steps is going to be that movie. I really think. I hope we get Robert Downey Jr.'s first look as Doctor Doom in that movie.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm hoping
I think
because
the villain is Galactus, right?
Is it Galactus in that one?
I thought it was Galactus. They just finished wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first time we see him, it'd probably be a post-credit scene.
I think I heard the teaser's coming out in January.
Yeah, they have a lot of teasers probably because Super Bowl is coming up.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a Happy Gilmore 2 trailer soon.
Yeah, they showed a teaser.
A little teaser, like maybe 15 seconds. But I hope that's like a Super Bowl trailer or something, you know?
We'll find out. Also,
that we're getting Jurassic Park, another Jurassic Park movie I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to the final Mission Impossible.
That's going to be great. Man, 2025 is going to be another great year for movies, including Wicked, because Wicked's just going to own everything right there.
I think the one I'm most looking, I think you've just hit it for me. I think the one I'm most looking forward to is Jurassic Park. I love the franchise.
I didn't even know they were making a new one.
Yeah, summer 2025.
Charlize Theron is going to be the main antagonist. But I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. Because
What's
Dominion, I don't know. We haven't got a title yet.
I think they do have a title. It's Rebirth.
Oh, is it?
It's Jurassic Park Rebirth.
It is.
Now, I'm interested to see how they do it, because at the end of Dominion, they pretty much ended the story. So, do they do a reboot, or do they do a continuation? Kind of like what we've seen with Planet of the Apes, where Charlize Theron's character eventually becomes a cave woman.
It's an all new cast, it looks like.
Yes, Scarlett Johansson's supposed to be join the cast as well. So yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Wow. I guess I can't wait to see the first trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna get a lot of trailers, hopefully for Super Bowl. But yeah. So Papa Denk, we'll start with you first. What do you got coming up?
Me? Oh man, I got the one and only Shane Douglas from ECW coming on January 7th on Beyond the Barricade podcast. I want to bring up this next guest real quick as long as I find his promo. You guys go ahead while I look this up.
All right. Go ahead, Steph. What do you got coming up?
Right, so first of all, thank you very much, Geek, for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure to be on here. Coming up on our YouTube channel, I believe the link will be in the description. We've got a lot of things coming up. We continue with the AI Wrestling podcast just next week. We've got our Christmas special, a bit delayed, I know. But we've also got our paper preview and predictions battle at the end of January. That's provided Just Beef accepts my challenge.
Yes. Would maybe Geek could challenge Steph for Elimination Chamber, hopefully?
You put the challenge out there.
I'm putting that challenge out there. I'm putting out that challenge out there right now for Elimination Chamber. So maybe Papa Denk could challenge right there, right?
Maybe. But my guest on next Wednesday, is MJ Davis coming on the podcast for the first time. And then I'm doing Titan Championship week, the week of the 7th, as I go into monsoon. But this Saturday, I'll be at NYWC's Tour de Circus, filming my latest and final vlog of 2024. Tour de Denk is the name of the vlog.
Yeah.
And if you've seen some of my vlogs, Geek, they're kind of entertaining.
They are entertaining though. Steph's got some good vlogs as well, man.
I gotta watch. Steph, can you follow me so I can follow you back?
Definitely. You got it.
He's got some entertaining stuff too.
I gotta watch your stuff. And though I don't have my 23/6 heavyweight championship with me, I do have the world's heavyweight championship with me right there.
Wow.
I don't care what anybody says. It's a beautiful belt.
It's a beautiful belt. Y'all, when you see this thing in person, it's like amazing.
How much was that? Like 500?
Yeah, it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I can actually show you now, Papa. I'm no longer the Section 4 champion. However, like Kevin Owens, I've stolen the championship.
What? Uh-oh.
He's bringing out the belt now.
He's bringing out the belt.
The Section 4. All right, there you go. Right?
He stole the belt.
The 12-ounce piece of trash. It's coming back home, baby.
I love it, brother. I love it.
It's great. It's great.
You know you want it.
I do want it.
Steph, Papa Denk, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a great holiday. I'm the Metal Geek, and we will see you guys in the next one. We'll put a rock signs up.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Good stuff.